Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and whoever else decided to join, I don't know who else would. We kind of, whatever. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There's no one else really. Like dogs, maybe farm animals, zoo animal. Whoever watches NXT, welcome. Got a pretty good show. Better than last week, but still, eh. I liked it. But let's just kind of get into it, since there is a little tiny rant in here, just a tiny one, but it has to come out. It's good, but we'll get to that. Anyway, so we open up with a match that kind of surprised me, but then again, I remember, they do pre-record NXT, so this one was a little bit of a surprise to me. But hey, we got CJ Parker, the former NXT superstar CJ Parker versus Solomon Crow. Um, you know, this was a pretty good match actually. You could see a lot of frustration from CJ Parker in this match, just from the past couple weeks, just being a jobber in all these matches, and then the history he's had with Solomon Crow. His Solomon Crow's first night, he attacked CJ Parker, so you can kind of see that in CJ Parker's match tonight with him. And from this match, I could see that these two could have had a great rivalry. I felt like they worked well together. I felt like they had a good match. And it wasn't a complete jobber match for CJ Parker. It was an actual really good match. So it's unfortunate that he decided to part ways with WWE and NXT, but whatever. But Solomon Crow does win via submission, which was I like that because we don't really see that many submission wins anymore these days. And then after the match, Crow grabs the mic and he says, "Stay tuned, because the real show is just beginning. Now I return you to your regularly scheduled programming." So he's still doing that, But what did you think of this match?
Yeah, I definitely was surprised by this match. I was like, CJ Parker is gone. No, CJ. But see, I was like, CJ Parker's gone, and I was like, oh yeah, they do tape it in advance, but I'm not sure how they do their tapings in comparison to like the way TNA does them. So I was just trying to figure out. I was watching this match, really looking more at CJ Parker than I was at Solomon Crow, to kind of see what they lost in CJ Parker. He was very aggressive in this match. I agree. Solomon Crow did hit that airy style suicide dive. I guess they call it torpedo suicide dive or something like that. Something like that. I definitely, I like that. I think he even hit a discus forearm in this match, if I'm not mistaken. So he was pulling out, his whole Austin Aries moveset tonight. But I love Austin Aries, so it's fine. But I did like this match though, and I feel like CJ Parker looked really good in this match as well. I think he really kind of showed out. I think this may have been one of his last matches. May have been his last match. So he like he was showing out a little bit in this match. Hit that nice forearm, not forearm, but the nice what do you call it? The nice lariat. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know why I couldn't think of lariat / clothesline, but he hit that nice lariat. I thought that looked nice. But I thought it was a good match. I really did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and it was a good match. It kind of, I think it was, him kind of showing WWE what they're losing, when they let him go. But he did ask for his release, so but anyway, next we get another match, because wrestling shows should have match and then a match and then a match. That's just a general idea. I mean, I don't know if other companies, if Raw maybe wants to take that idea. I don't know. But anyway, this one was Baron Corbin versus Steve Cutler, I think they said.
Jay Cutler was on the show?
No, Steve. It was his cousin, Steve Cutler. It was his cousin. Um, again, very dominant performance from Corbin. Another 30-second match. I thought we were done with the 30-second matches with Baron Corbin. I thought he was getting into, actual matches, but guess not. I don't really have anything to say about this match because it was 30 seconds. Do you have anything to say about this match?
Not really. I just wish when they bring out these jobbers, they would like tell me their name beforehand, so I don't write black and yellow trunks fella with a goatee. I can just write his name, I thought we were done with this too, considering Baron Corbin was in that feud with Bull Dempsey, which I don't know where my boy Bull went, but he needs to come back because I miss him. But I would really love, for them to stop doing this jobber thing, because that's why CJ Parker's gone probably in the first place, right? And with Baron Corbin, he doesn't really need a jobber, I don't think. He's proven himself.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, next we get a backstage interview. Sami Zayn is asked his thoughts on his upcoming match with Rhino. He says he still finds it funny that even without the NXT championship, he still has a big target on his back. Rhino wants to fast track his way to the NXT championship and go straight to the top. Sami says that that seems to happen a lot these days. Kevin Owens used Zayn to get to the top, but he'll be damned if he's going to let Rhino do the same thing. So, I thought this was a pretty good, short interview, shows that Sami Zayn's not going to just lay down and let people walk all over him. He's going to, just fight just as much to get back to the NXT championship or the main roster. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're building these people up for, to go to the main roster, and then they never do. Charlotte. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty good short interview. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I just like that Zayn kind of nipping it in the butt. That like, he's the main attraction here. Just he's letting us know, he's the reason, behind all of this title hunt stuff. He's the reason behind it. So, I'm glad he's kind of also pointing out that people are kind of cutting the line. He's like, I earned this, but everybody else just want to skip a little bit, talk to their friend in the front of the line just to make it seem like they're not cutting, when in actuality they are cutting. Happened to me in the left line a couple times in high school, and I was like, I'm just kidding. Anyway, but
man. Anyway, yeah. But anyway, the moral of this story is don't cut in line. Wait your turn. You'll get there. You'll get there. It's NXT. Everybody gets the title. Everybody. You have to. Whatever. Well, I mean, except like when you're, CJ Parker, but whatever. Anyway, next we get Enzo and Cass, my team, versus Angelo Dawkins and Sawyer Fulton. Before the match, Enzo and Cass do their typical, promo type thing. Enzo says, "I'm the smack talker Skywalker, the Rocky of Benaki, the spectacular vernacular, the Michael Jordan of jargon." That one didn't really rhyme, buddy. Sorry. The Big Bambino, last name damn, first name don't give a. And Cass says, "We are what we say we are, and we ain't gonna fake it. Blake and Murphy, you have something we want, and we are gonna take it, because you are looking at the next NXT Tag Team Champion." So that it's a fact. They're not just saying it; it's a fact. Any thoughts on that before we get into the match?
Yeah, Yeah, there was a lot going on there. Enzo was just making up stuff towards the end. He was just coming up with whatever. It didn't even matter if it rhymed. If it was something that was like even near real, he just put it together and it worked. Enzo's like must see when he gets on the microphone. I feel like, but I definitely liked it.
Yeah. But anyway, I like this match was pretty good. We got some good teamwork from Dawkins and Fulton, yeah. On Enzo, when he was in the ring, they kind of kept him from Cass, kind of, picked at him a little bit. During the match, we did get Blake and Murphy coming out to the ring, to ringside and trying to talk to Carmella. They gave her flowers, kind of trying to distract Enzo and Cass from the match to get in their head a little bit. But anyway, I like that Dawkins and Fulton did do kind of well in this match. They weren't, just jobbers. They actually had a good match, and I felt like we saw a little bit more of them in this match. I feel like every time we see them, we see a little bit more. And that's, usual with NXT matches. You'll get somebody debuting and then you'll see a little bit from them from each match. So everyone gets their fair, chance. Any thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I definitely thought it was a good match. When I think it was the bigger guy, Fulton, had a chain tattooed on him, I was like, really? Could just get an actual chain? I mean, it helps with the wrestling portion, but you couldn't just get an actual chain? But I think this is the first time I've seen the guy, so I was like, all right then, that's fine. But I did like that they, let them get what they need to get in. I feel like in this match they focused a lot on Cass, like getting the upper hand more so than Enzo. So I don't know if they're going to continue to do that, or if Cass is going to be like the focal point of the team, or is it going to be more so they're going to kind of swap it back and forth. But I'm interested to see what they're going to do with, Enzo and Cass, title match in the future, cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, maybe, probably, yes. Hurry, I'm getting a little older every day, yeah.
We're not going to live forever, just saying, just throwing it out there. Anyway, but after the match, Enzo and Cass kind of finally realized what happened, which didn't make sense to me because while Blake and Murphy were out there, trying to give Carmella flowers and everything, Cass was watching the whole time. So why after the match does he finally realize, oh, what? Come on, WWE. Come on. Let's go. Any thoughts on that after the match? Did that not make sense to you like it didn't make sense to me?
Yeah, it didn't make sense. I was like, Cass watched the entire thing go down. So I can understand Enzo. He was in the match. He was in the moment, But Cass was like just looking right at them, just with the awkward stare. What's going on?
Anyway, again, we go backstage. This isn't really an interview. This is just Alex Riley talking. He says, did you think that was it? Did you think Alex Riley was just going to go away? After everything I've been through, after 8 years in this business of fighting every single day for every inch. He says, Kevin, by rattling my cage, you've painted a bullseye on your back for the rest of your career. Remember, Kevo. I like it. He said, Kevo. Remember, Kevo. I got nowhere else to go. So that was. He also says, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I'll be in the ring next week, and your ass better be there. So Alex Riley's not gonna just stand down. He is not afraid to get destroyed again, which is probably gonna happen. Yeah. But I'm excited for this match. The first one was pretty good that they had. I thought so. Hopefully, this next one is as good. Maybe better. Maybe Alex won't get as destroyed. Possibly, maybe WWE. I don't know. Um, any thoughts on this promo?
Yeah, I like this because it shows us that Alex Riley wasn't just a one-time deal. I'm wondering what they're gonna do afterwards. If they're gonna have somebody like interfere or something, to where that sets up Alex Riley up with something later or something like that. I'm not really sure what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it opens something up for him because I like him. I would love to see him more. We haven't seen him really in ring in years, except for that match with Kevin Owens. So but anyway, next we get the best diva ever. Oh, Blue Pants.
Oh, I thought you meant Dana Brooke.
No. She was going against Dana Brooke, but she's the best. Oh, Blue Pants. But anyway, you want to take this match first, and then I'll.
Sure. So yeah, we got Dana Brooke going up against Blue Pants. I love how the commentators commented on Big Cass singing the theme song. I like that they continue to acknowledge that. And when Dana Brooke was facing Blue Pants, I'm like, so this makes Dana Brooke like an automatic heel, right? Because Blue Pants is like the biggest face in jobber history. So, like gotta make her an automatic heel. At first, I felt like Dana Brooke was kind of passive with what she was doing. She was just kind of laying back and letting Blue Pants make mistakes. Like immediately, it's like you can't wrestle chance. It's like second move of the match, she's getting you can't wrestle chance. Blue Pants. She kind of keeps Blue Pants down a little bit, but Blue Pants come back with some furious kicks. Just I think it was 3 of them. But then she gets caught with a forearm, and she gets caught with a somewhat of a cradle shock by Dana Brooke for the win. It was a cradle shock with no cradle, so just a shock. I don't know what you call the move in general, but I like it though. I'm a fan of that move. I don't know how much I like Dana Brooke yet. She looked like she was kind of, I don't know if she was nervous per se. She wasn't like nervous during her talking or anything, but like her moves were kind of like one dimensional, I felt like. And she had some nice like flexible like moves that we don't see a lot, but other than that, I don't know, she got you can't wrestle chance like immediately in this match. Like it was crazy. Any thoughts on Dana Brooke?
This is sort of where my little rant comes in, just a little bit. But anyway, I wasn't really impressed by Dana Brooke in the beginning, but I had hoped that she would turn it around and get a little bit better. But there was one point in the match where she had Blue Pants on the mat and was on top of her, punching her. And this is why I put air quotes, punching her, because these were the worst punch cells I've ever seen. These were even worse than Cena. She was visibly just not even near her. She was just going right down to the mat. And I was like, oh my, no. At least move the camera angle so it looks like legit. Like it was so bad. But besides that, I just really, and it could have been just because it was her first match, on the actual NXT show, it could have been nerves, but to me, Dana Brooks isn't NXT diva caliber. All of the NXT divas have been really good, and I feel like she just wasn't really good. She's, to me, basically a blonde bodybuilder Bella. That's what I saw, a blonde bodybuilder Bella twin. That's what I don't know. I'm hoping, she does get better. I'm hoping it was just nerves and they kind of open her moveset up a little bit. Maybe she loosens up a little bit. But I just wasn't really impressed. I felt like even though she won, I felt like Blue Pants looked a lot better in this match, and that wasn't how it was supposed to be. Blue Pants was supposed to be the jobber, and I felt like she looked better than Dana Brooke did. But that's just me. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to the show.
Also, before you get off your madness, um,
oh, okay, let's stay on the madness.
This fella, Juggernaut 097, commented on the video and said Casey is soft. So, you got anything to respond to that?
No. I mean, whatever. If you want a female John Cena, because I know you're such a big, John Cena fan. We just want another female version. Anyway, let's move on to the show. Off the rant, no more rant. We finally get to our main event of the evening. We get Sami Zayn versus Rhino, which I was kind of excited for this match. It was just kind of a slow beginning to this match, which I kind of expected. Sami Zayn has to try to figure out a way to kind of, somehow get the pace up or get Rhino off his feet because, Rhino's so big and powerful. But during this match, I was thinking, and it kind of reminded me of how, WWE always does this like really abrupt character changes with superstars. It seems like Rhino just came back a couple weeks ago, and when he came back, he was all, happy to be there, whatever. And in like 2 weeks, it's completely changed. He's a heel going for the NXT title against their top face, and I'm like, dude, when was the change? Whoa. Like, there was no. I just hate when they do that. But anyway, I thought this was a pretty good match. It wasn't quite as good as I had expected it. I don't know what I expected, but I guess anytime Sami Zayn's in a match, I always expect it to be like, oh my god, because usually it is. But there was really good storytelling in this match. Rhino being the kind of tough, wrecking ball type veteran, and Zayn being kind of the wily rookie. Even though Zayn is nowhere near a rookie, just the fact that he's been in professional wrestling for 10, 15 years, whatever it's been. And that, which brings up another confusing aspect, is that WWE acknowledges Zayn's past in professional wrestling, along with Kevin Owens, but at the same time, they kind of portray him as such a young rookie, and I'm like, no, he's been in professional wrestling for years, longer than most guys on the main roster. Like, it's confusing to people who know him versus people, who are just, getting to know him in NXT. It's just, I don't know. But I am getting a little bit tired of Zayn being kind of destroyed in every match and having to fight back like Cena. I just want to see one match where it's just a good match where he's not just getting destroyed. But and taking nothing away from this match, I just don't like how they constantly book him. It just kind of gets he's getting destroyed. Oh, he's fighting back. Oh, Cena. But there was a point where Rhino was up on the top rope, sitting on the turnbuckle, and he was knocked off by Zayn. Kind of, it looked probably like a harder fall than it was, but he hit the apron and rolled out to the outside, opening up Zayn's dive that he does to the outside, which I love. I don't know why, but I love Sami Zayn's kind of swan dive thing. It's just awesome. But Zayn does get the win, which kind of I was expecting. I don't I just don't see Rhino actually getting to the NXT title. It just doesn't make sense to me, logically. Any thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I thought this match was pretty good as well. I really like Blue Thunderbomb that Zayn did on Rhino. I was like, goodness, that's a lot of man to pick up. I definitely like it. You could tell that Rhino was trying to keep that slow pace, while Zayn was trying to pick it up, but never really could during this match until the end. Which he won with the haluba kick. I did like this match though. I think it made both of them look well. They looked pretty good in this match. That's about it. That's about all I got for that match, actually. And I also have a rant to go on quickly.
Go ahead.
All right. So we had the Riley thing, right? We had the whole Riley kind of calling Kevin Owens out, but it wasn't really said as a match. He was just like, I'm going to wait out. I'm going to like take over the ring pretty much, right? And then after the Dana Brooke match, we get this graphic that says Alex Riley versus Kevin Owens. They just killed the surprise factor for next week. If we thought that Kevin Owens was going to say, I fight when I want to fight, and, I'm not going to fight you tonight. So, like, they killed that whole surprise factor thing. That's the only thing I really had an issue with, because if we're going to get on TNA for doing similar things, then I feel like we got to get on NXT a little bit too, for doing that similar type of thing. They kind of just took the surprise factor out of it. Kevin Owens, the way he's been portrayed as a character could be like, I don't want to fight you tonight. I'll fight when I want to. I'm the champ, So that's the only thing I had. I was just kind of upset that they just made a match. They should have just made a graphic that says Riley, Riley calls out Owens or something,
Yeah. There was another at that part where you're talking about where they showed, the graphic for that. They kind of showed the review of what happened in that promo. In the original promo, when he says your ass better be there, they don't censor ass. But then in the replay, they censored ass. Why?
I mean, they can't say that because obviously, because I'm sure you didn't get to watch SmackDown tonight because I don't think you watch it, but
not really.
Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler are having a kiss my arse match at Extreme Rules. And I don't know how they're going to go about doing this at all.
Wait, who's having it?
Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus. Because Sheamus was the one that proposed the kiss me arse, actually. Me.
Yeah.
Not mine.
That could work because Sheamus always says arse. It's just, but that's just because he's from Ireland, and that's how they say ass.
How are they gonna put that in a graphic? Is my question.
ARS.
in this TV era, like what? Mom, what's Earth?
It's nothing. It's nothing. I don't know. Why are they even doing a kiss my ass match anyway? This.
Same as bringing out that Vince McMahon in him,
Anyway, that was our. Before we get on to any more rants about WWE and their booking and their PG era, non-PG era, what are we in right now? All right, guys. So that was NXT. So tomorrow or Saturday we will be doing the TNA review, which I'm kind of excited for. We got the Rising and everybody, and we got Homicide back, and just it's getting exciting, even though they ruin it every week by showing us what's going to happen next week, because TNA,
They really didn't last week. They did a good job of not. They've done a good job the past couple of weeks and not really giving us too much insight.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we will see you tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow or Saturday, depending on if we get it done tomorrow. If not, definitely Saturday, because we don't want to make you guys wait too long like we have been. We've been trying to get it in, sooner rather than later. But yeah, guys, we will see you then.